Today we are back working on the full suspension DB30. Whatever the name is the name in the title. Right now I don't have a name for it. But today what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be using my little drill set, and we're going to be drilling the carburetor jet out. Normally it comes with like a 95 jet, and we're going to drill it out probably to about a probably go with the 1.2, which is going to be a 120 jet to kind of start off, make sure we don't go too big. Well, on this carburetor particularly, there's a screw at the bottom. Turn this screw loose. So if it was any gas in the bottom of the carburetor bowl, it will release the gas out of the bowl. Now that is good to do. That way, when you take the screws out of the carburetor bowl, you just won't be dropping gas everywhere. So I'm gonna get these 4 screws out really fast, and then take the jet out and re-drill it. We're going to take the jet off, which in my case is gonna be this puppy right here. I'm going to put an 8mm wrench on the orifice tube, and then I'm going to get a flat head, and I'm going to remove the jet. I don't want to leave it in here because I don't want to get metal shavings in the orifice tube and then potentially jack up the orifice tube. Now, if you prefer, you could always go on Amazon and buy jets. But in my past, they make so many of these different Chinese carbs, and they use so many different jets that I literally have ordered 4, 5, and 6 different jets and was never able to find the correct jet that I needed. So I started drilling out my own jets. The biggest thing is you don't want to drill the jet out too big, because then you have to solder the hole up to re-drill it out again. So on my 212s with the carburetor and a pipe, I normally drill it out to 130 jet. But this one being like a 206 cc or whatever it is, and I'm not really going for max performance, I'm gonna drill it out to a 120 and it should be fine. So let me show you how I drill these jets out. All right, now for a lot of reason, people don't drill their jets out, and I don't know why, because it's pretty simple. So normally these, and I'll put a link in the description for this, but a lot of these jets are normally like a 95 jet or so. I start off small and then I step my way up. So I'm going to start at the 85 jet. I normally find one that just barely doesn't fit. So this is actually smaller than a 95. This is an 85 jet, and the 85 jet doesn't fit quite all the way through there. So I'm going to install the 0.85 jet first, and we are going to work ourselves up to the 120 jet. So normally I'll just put it in there. Once I get it tight, I just put it in there, and I just take my time, make sure it's even. Alright, so we got the 8.5 in there. So basically, we're going to go 8.5, 0.85, 0.9, 0.95, 1.0, and 1.2. So this was the 0.85. So I'm just going to time lapse the rest of them for you. All right, and there we go. Drilled out to a, well, I guess to the equivalent of a 120 jet. And that only took about 5 minutes. And I mean, I've done this to 5 carburetors so far, 3 of my own and 2 of my buddies. So I mean, this is paid for by itself. You know, if you look up and you get, you know, carburetors that have all the same jets in them, then, you know, hey, go for you. But all 3 of my personal carburetors, they have 3 different like styles of jets. So this kit works perfect for me. So let me get some carburetor cleaner. Let me blow this out. Make sure all the little brass copper shavings or whatever it is out of it. And let's get it reinstalled. And the hole is noticeably bigger. Should flow some more fuel. And let's get this jet reinstalled. Get the bowl reinstalled. Make sure the gasket is lined up in the tracks. Carb on. Let's move over to the RVL Muffler. Clamp installed. Got an Allen head that fits. So let's just get this on. I just want to see how it runs with the equivalent to a 120 jet and how it sounds with the RVL Muffler. All right, so let's get it off our little makeshift stand and give it a few pulls and see how it sounds. So let's see if she starts, and let's see how she sounds with the muffler on. My kill switch works. Rejetting the carburetor definitely helps. It definitely revs a whole lot further than what it did before. When this camera turns back on, we'll be going on a test drive. I hope that ain't rotting out.